Great stuff. Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining me for another Friday class. Let's take right hand in fist, please. Left hand straight and pull back the thumb, bringing the feet together, hands together, and press forwards. This is how we salute. For those joining us for the first time, and relax down. Okay, so today we're going to look at the Step Qi Gong. That translates as the 18-step Qi Gong. But you can actually take any of these exercises in isolation and practice them for your enjoyment or for a particular health benefit, or if it just feels good, you can do that too. So you can do any combination, but we're going to today rattle through the whole lot, and that will take about an hour. So we're going to begin with, let's start with our feet together, in fact, and we're going to lengthen up through the very top of the head, bringing the chin slightly down and back. And we just take a few moments to allow the body to calm. Breathe and release down through your system. Listen behind you. And let's release the belly, the hips, the knees, taking the weight into one side and open and transfer the weight. Movement one of the Savasana form, we're going to float forwards and up, breathing in and releasing and relaxing down, breathing out. Notice the height. We're going to shoulder height on the in-breath and down to about belly height or hip height on the out-breath. Let your movements flow and relax. Feel how the breath carries and energizes the movement. Notice how the out breath gives you a sense of release and recovery. Good. Let's move on to movement two. Opening the heart, we float up, we turn the palms and gently expand the chest as we draw the hands apart. In and relax down, breathing out. It's most important that your breath flows. So if I give you a breath instruction, you can follow it or you can ignore it and just let your breath flow. Feel the breath and the movement harmonize, working together. Gently opening the chest as you stretch and release. As you become more confident with the movements, you can feel more deeply into them. Notice how the movement affects your whole body. So getting the choreography is really just the first stage of the development. We want to breathe and feel the movement. Good, one more time. Gently open the chest. Good, now for the next movement, I'm going to move back slightly so that you can see my hands. Movement 3 is called Dancing with Rainbows. We float all the way up, breathing in and open to one side. So we're gently leaning into the opposite hip as you look into the palm. And breathing in, lengthen the spine and bow the body as you look into the palm. Breathing in and out. Feel the gentle stretch up one side of the body and the gentle compression on the other. Play with it a little bit, see if you can go a little further. Try to keep your legs always off the lock. Each time gently stretching through the body, through the spine as we rise. Let's do one more time each side. Beautiful. Let's open and into movement 4, painting the clouds. We release belly, hips, knees, and lift, turning as you pass your heart. Open the chest, lift the chest, and paint the clouds. Release, belly, hips, knees. Breathing in, turn palms, lift the chest. Open. Now you could, if you wish, take a deeper and deeper squat each time. That would work your legs, but it's not necessary. You notice a slight forwards bend as you scoop and a slight backwards bend as you open. Let's do 2 more. I'm not counting because I'm talking, but you could do about 9 of each. But if you lose count, no problem. Just do some more. All right, very good. Next, we go on to a movement called Repulse Monkey. We float the hands forwards, and I'm going to come forwards to show you. Keeping the hips and the knees pointing forwards, knees bent, we're going to turn the waist and reach to the corner. Draw the hand in towards the ear, bring it in front of the mouth, and press forwards and away. As you turn to the other side, swing down and up, palms facing up, come into the ear, in front of the nose, and send that hand forwards and away. Now, there are different stories associated with this movement. Originally, it was called Step Back, Twist Upper Arm. So you normally do it combined with a stepping back movement. But one Chinese dialect heard another Chinese dialect incorrectly, and it went from upper arm twist to Repulse Monkey. But actually, other styles of Tai Chi have jumped on that idea, and they have said, as you reach back, you turn the front palm to catch the monkeys, palms facing up. The monkeys are sitting in your hand, and then as you breathe out, you send the monkeys away. So it's turned into an allegory of getting rid of all your demons, all your upsets, all your problems. You're breathing out and sending them away. Turning the palms to face up, drawing in, and send the monkeys away. I must say I quite like that one. I think it's nice. It helps you remember that you turn your palms to face up as you swing that hand back, and then press, palms pass in order to send the monkeys away. So the allegory actually helps us remember how to do the movement. Good, so that's Repulse Monkey, probably one of the most technical moves in this form. And if you find that one difficult, not to worry, this next one is much easier. It is called rowing the boat, and I call it the butterfly because I think of swimming action. Again, we're opening the chest, filling the chest forwards as the arms come back, the arms come up and over, and then we're filling the back as the hands come down. So if you see from the corner, we're opening the chest, arms back, and filling, opening the back, closing the front to come down. So we're doing a lot of work on the do and the rin channels. That's the governing and the conception channels. And if that is gobbledygook, don't worry. Basically, it means that it's helping the energy circulate up and over the back and down the front. And it does that all the time anyway, but these movements help it along. A general circulation of energy around your whole body. If it's painful, adjust. You can make it smaller. We never want to flirt with pain. We want to work with what's comfortable and doable here and now. And by doing that, we're encouraging the body to release. So next time you practice, you'll be stronger and more flexible than the first time. Good. So that's rowing the boat. The next exercise, very pretty name, lovely movement. We're going to skim across level with the waist and lift. We turn the palm as it comes across to face up. And then the same on the other side. We skim and lift. And we're lifting the opposite heel. So, same side. So if your left arm is lifting up, it's your left heel that's lifting. So you get this stretch all the way from the fingertips down to the toes. Breathe. Casting your cares on the divine. Notice we have the yin, the soft and gentle, and the yang, the gentle stretch. So the soft movement has a bit of structure, and the stretch has a bit of softness. This is yin and yang. We have a little dot of the other color in each. Notice we don't have absolutely straight lines. It almost looks like a yin-yang. You've got curves in the arms and the legs. Good. And from casting your cares on the divine, we go on to looking back at the moon. And this is a continuity. We're going to keep skimming, but this time we turn to the back corner as we lift the heel. And we turn the palms to face up, and then skim, palms facing down, turn to the corner, palms facing up. We breathe, skim, and lift. And we're starting with the corner, but as we progress, if you can comfortably, we can turn a little bit more and a little bit more by degrees to eventually be turning all the way towards the back of the room. But only go as far as you can comfortably. And remember, we want to keep the top of the head light so that we're stretching our spine as we twist. So this is looking back at the moon. Palms facing up just at the end of the twist. Then turning again to face down. Let's do one more time. Good, and return to center for a gentler twist to recover from that pushing palms. So we bring the palms to face up at hip level, we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we feed the hand to the corner. As the hand feeds forwards, we're going to fill the small of the back. So we're not leaning or scooping in the back, we're actually filling our back. We turn the thumb edge in, we release and scoop the little finger edge under and return to center. Breathe in and repeat to the other side. We breathe out, feeding the hand forwards, filling the back. We turn in, thumb edge in, we release, we scoop the little finger edge under and return to center. Deep breath in and repeat. Widen your eyes as you fill the hand and back. Turn in, scoop, and release, relax your eyes. Deep breath in, widen your eyes as you fill forwards. Turn in, scoop, and relax. Now, why are we widening the eyes? Deep breath in, widen eyes. Breathing out. It's called a fierce gaze. Turn in, scoop, and release. And it helps to stimulate the liver. Deep breath in and breathing out. Widen the eyes. Scoop in, scoop, round, and relax. So this is a liver gallbladder exercise. Deep breath in. Breathing out. The hand starts at the level of the liver. And it stays at the level of the liver. And the movement stimulates the liver and gallbladder. The eyes are connected energetically with the liver. This is a brilliant exercise to help to release and dissipate pent-up aggression and anger in the system. Breathing out. So we use a fierce gaze, and that helps the liver and the eyes and the gallbladder all to balance. One more time each side, please. Breathing out, widen your eyes. Turn in and scoop round. You can picture a tiger with that fierce gaze. That's the look. You don't have to put any emotion into it, but just that fierce focus. Well done. And relax down. Okay, so from a fierce exercise for the liver and gallbladder, we move on to a very soft and gentle exercise that actually helps the whole body. Cloud hands. So we're going to take a gentle embrace, one hand level with about the throat or the upper chest, one hand level with the belly. We're going to turn to the upper hand and open the upper hand in a little wave. And now with a pulley system, as one hand presses down, the other floats up. We return to that hug position and turn, opening the top hand and pulley system. One presses down, the other floats up and turn. There are many ways to do cloud hands depending on what style of Tai Chi you're doing. This is really like the standardized 24 style, Yang style. But if you do a different style, you can do whatever cloud hands you know. Turn and open. Pulley system and turn, open. I want you to get the feeling of connection between the hands. A counterbalance, open and change. Open. Like the arms are connected and it is one movement. And you're even allowed to smile. I've had students telling me off going, I'm concentrating, I can't smile. Yeah, you can. Smiling helps the energy to flow. And breathe. Breath and movement together. So as you can see, you could just take one of these exercises and that could be your daily practice. Or take a different one each day. So that you're keeping it simple. Very good, lovely. So that's cloud hands. There's a lot of lovely stuff in there. But let's move on now to our next movement. We're going to turn to the corner and step forwards. And we want to make sure you've got a wee bit of width to your stance. Now, folks get confused between width and length. What I'm saying is your shoulder width, not just in a straight line, but open. And that will help you to balance. So our next exercise is very similar to the painting the clouds, but this time we're rocking backwards and forwards. So we're going to open our stance and think of releasing from your center down your leg into your foot and shift your weight forwards. Be careful your knee does not go past the tip of your toes because that could hurt after a while. So if you want to go further forwards, you'll need to take a bigger stance. Okay, so we feed forwards and we scoop. We cross at the wrists, feed your weight back into the back foot, turning at the chest and lift and open. So you get this beautiful long line on the diagonal. And again, feed it forwards, scoop forwards, feed it back, stretch and open. So becoming one with the sea and sky. Here's the sea. And here's the sky. Now let your breath flow. And at all times, we want to lengthen the back. If you're finding this one difficult, you can just keep your hands in front of you rather than bringing it over your head. That's okay too. If you can, try lifting your front toes as you feed the weight back. But if that's difficult, you can keep the foot planted. Keep breathing. Fill the foot, take the weight back and open. Fill the foot, take the weight forwards and close. Good. On the next movement, we're going to take the weight forwards and bring the back foot in. Turn to the other side and step. Again, give yourself some width. Front foot pointing to the corner, back foot pretty much pointing forwards. And we repeat. We scoop and lengthen the spine. Breathe. Can you lift that front toe as you go back and bring it down again? If it's difficult, don't worry. Just keep it down. One more time. And as you come forwards, bring your back foot in. Well done. Another move to the corner. We're going to step to the diagonal. We've just had quite the workout. So now we have a lovely, soft and gentle movement. There's my cat crying to get in. Can you do this? While I let her in. Sorry, can't take crying. Come on then. Cats are perfectly designed to pull on the heartstrings, aren't they? They cry. I have to let her in. Okay, back and down, forwards and away. It's all right, she's in now. Again, we're going to lift the toe as we feed the weight back. Good. Now, if you're used to doing Tai Chi, you may recognize this as An. The movement is called An, which is a change of direction, and it's a very wave-like motion. Dragging the fingers behind, sinking down. I'm going to come closer so that you can see this in a bit more detail. Drag the fingers back. There's a bit of a rise, sinking the heels of the hands down, pressing down and away. Now, we don't want to come all the way back to the body like this. It's very uncomfortable. So we go about 70% back. So can you see there's a bit of space? And then we sink down and come underneath, press up and away. So we're a wave machine. This is called pushing the waves. As we feed forwards, just like with the pushing palms, we think of filling our back. So our back is feeding back. And that stops us from leaning forwards like this. So we don't want to do that. We want to keep upright and feel the small of the back filling back. So breathe out, send it away. And just in the same way, we don't come all the way back. We don't extend all the way forward. See, it's 70. And then as we feed the weight back, that's where you get the feeling of extension, because you're dragging the fingers back. Good, feed the weight forwards, bring the back foot in, and we turn to the other side. So let's step to the corner and pushing waves. Can you imagine you're on a beach and you're pushing the waves? Are you breathing? Are you smiling? Last time. Bringing the back foot in. Well done. All right, so next we have flying dove spreads its wings. Yet another movement to the corner. So we're going to step, again, giving it a bit of width. And this is really a figure of 8. Can you picture a very graceful, very beautiful dove flapping its wings? We're going to feed it back and come up and over and feed it forwards. Beating the air with your wings. Lift up and over and feed back. Again, you can lift your front toes up and over, relax the foot down. Good. So be graceful in yourself. Feel your wings beating the air. Good. Think of your fingers as the feathers dragging through the air. Breathe. You feel the difference between this exercise and the last? We tend to have yin following yang. So this is soft. The pushing waves was more yang, more forceful. Good. And as we come forwards, we step the back foot in. That's the most gentle method to close. It's very gentle for your heart. Bringing the front foot back is a little bit more of an effort. Let's step forwards to the corner. Of course, if you're used to doing your practice, doesn't matter, you're strong enough. But we tend to encourage forward closing, certainly at the beginning. Remember, we keep the knees slightly bent. So even though you see what looks like an extension, it's not, what's that word, locked. There's always a little bend. Gracefully fly. Feel yourself like the bird in flight. Everyone has grace. Let go of self-conscious thought and be the bird in flight. Good. And on the next movement forwards, we step the back foot in. Good. And we move on back to yang. Punching. So we're going to do the same movement basically as we did with the palms, but this time with fists. So nice deep breath in, and we're going to punch to the corner, turning the fist, palm face down, turn the thumb edge in and under, release, little finger edge scoops under, and return to center. It's exactly the same movement, but this time with the fist, breathing out. In and under, up and over, and return to center, breathing in, breathing out. Again, liver exercise, widen the eyes, fierce gaze, turn in and under, up and over, and come in. You can imagine a target. You're focusing your eyes fiercely as you punch in and under, up and over. Keep going, keep breathing. Relax your gaze as you breathe in and relax your gaze and even with a fierce gaze, you can smile. And if you were in a fight, it would freak the other person out if you're being fierce and smiling. Punch. But we're not going to get into a fight. Turn in and under, up and over, recover. Once more to each side, deep breath, and recover, and good, and return to center. So as you see, we go from soft and gentle to more ferocious and back again. So we're into another bird flapping its wings this time. It's called the flying wild goose. And we're going to plant our feet shoulder width and float up. And as we float up, we lift off the heels just at the end. Backs of palms face each other and release, relax down, belly, hips, knees as we beat the air. I'm going to crack a wee bit so you can see. And release, belly, hips, knees coming underneath. And again, flap. Think of beating the air. There's resistance. We lift off the heels, the backs of the palms facing each other, and soften and release, stretching those feathers out to the sides. Feel the air running through them. I'll show you from the corner. Again, we beat up. Lengthen through the top of the head. Keep the head up as we release the heels down, keeping the chin slightly down and back. Relax down. And you can turn this into a squat if you wish. If you want that a little bit more of a workout. You can go as deep as you dare, but you don't have to. With control, lowering the heels, release, relax. Keep the back as upright as you can. Lengthen. This is a triple burner pericardium exercise. That means it's working the entire system of fascia, that network of fibers that runs through your whole body. Stretch. And it's also supporting the heart. Pericardium. Last time, let's float up. and release, relax, down. Okay, so we're really hitting the big hitters of this form. Our next exercise is called turning the wheel of Dharma. This one is quite powerful. If you have any restriction, you have to be mindful of that. So the idea is that we're drawing a circle from our hips, keeping the legs nice and straight and keeping our arms above our heads. If you can't do the full movement, I'm going to show you an alternative. So just watch. If you stand in good posture, please, and breathe, relax into center. I'll show you the full movement, and then I'll show you an adaptation if that's not what you can do. So we're going to lengthen up. Just watch first, please. Through the top of the head, lifting up out of the hips and hinging from the hips. We relax down as far as you can comfortably. The idea is to keep the legs relatively straight and the back relatively straight. We're going to turn the wheel, and as we breathe in, we're stretching forwards and away and lifting. So the arms are in line with the ears. At the top, we turn the wheel and lift out of the hips, lengthen away as we breathe out, keeping the back nice and straight and turn. So that's the full movement. We're going to do it 3 times, up to one side, down to the other, and then change and do the same thing on the other side. However, if that seems a bit much, for whatever reason, we can adapt. So what you can do is, like you had a chair in front of you, I can show you from the side, rather than going all the way down, you can lengthen up, lifting up out of the hips, the same practice, but this time just going to right angles or wherever you can comfortably and going from there. So turning, floating the arms forwards and up until they're in line with the ears, and the arms bring the back up and turn, and lengthening to as far as you can, lowering the hands and turn. You see what I'm doing? So lengthen the arms and lift, and so on. Turn, lengthen out of the hips, go as far as you can, and turn. What I don't want to see, what is not so safe, is to try and lift from the back. We don't lift from the back, we lift from the arms. It's the equivalent of what we call a reversed swan dive. So this is what I don't want to see. And lift. You see what I mean? If your back is trying to lift, it's going to be heavy, it's going to be painful, possibly on the backs of the legs and the back. So we don't do that. The arms lift and bring the back with. So think of the arms floating up, and when they're in line with the ears, that will bring you up. If you have restriction and you can't get your arms up above your head, then the arms lift to where they can go, and then in the same way, the arms lift and bring the back up with. So we're never trying to stand up with our back like that. It's a no-no. Okay, so you decide. If even that is too much for you, then you can just do this and keep the body upright and use the arms alone. And you'll still get a good stretch. You'll still get some of the benefits of the move. So you have a few options there. I'm going to do the full thing. You go at your pace, please. And we have an expert with a beginner there. So if there's any issues, please, expert, help beginner. Okay, are we ready? We're going to lengthen up through the top of the head. Deep breath in, lift up out of your hips and fold forwards from your hips. We go all the way, or as far as you can, down. We're going to turn to one side, and as we breathe in, we lengthen the arms away and lift. Arms carry you up. Turn the wheel of Dharma and lift out of the hips. The out breath gives you control to come down. We turn and breathing in, float up and away. Arms bring you up. Turn, lift out of the hips with control, breathing out. Keep the back straight. One more time, turn, Breathing in, float forwards and away. Turn. Lengthen out of the hips, breathing out with control. Down you come. And turn. And change direction. Turn. Press forwards and away as you breathe in. Turn. Lengthen out of the hips, breathing out with control on the way down. Turn. Breathing in, float forwards and away. Turn. Lift out of the hips, breathing out with control. Arms in line with ears. Turn. Last time, everyone. Doing very well. Breathe in, float forwards and away. Turn. Breathing out. Back to center. Soften the knees, tuck the tail, rolling up from the base of the spine, leaving your head down until last. And relax down into your belly. Well done. Just give yourself a moment or two to recover from that one. That, I think, is probably the hardest physically of the whole form. But now we're going on to a much gentler practice. Our penultimate movement, which is called cross lateral heel and knee lifts. And think of slow motion skipping and you have it in the bag. So we're going to take the weight to one side and lift. And we're using the opposite hand to leg that's lifting to come forwards, and the other one, whoop, the other one goes to the sides. That's it. And we lift off the heel at the end. We come down and skip, lifting off the heel, sink down and lift and down. Now I'm going to show you it from the corner. This one, it's really a balancing act. And some days you'll get it spot on and it'll just be so beautiful, and other days you'll wobble all over the shop. Just do your best and enjoy the experience. Notice the leg that's lifting. I'm not tucking the foot away. It's just pointing downwards. Sink down, float up, sink down, float up. See what I mean? It's like skipping. And you will get stronger. You will get better. Focus your eyes. Oh, and a nice solid surface to do it on will help. So if you're on a spongy surface, it makes it harder, but softer if you fall. Good, so that's our cross lateral heel and knee lifts. And that's number 17. Good, so let's return to center. Very good, feel graceful, even if you're falling all over the shop. Now we have our final move of the 18-step Qi Gong, and this is gathering and storing Qi. We're going to scoop and lift, bring it in, and calming yourself down. And again, breathing in. Feel your breath. Not trying to control the breath, just letting it flow and work with it. Well done. One last time. Find your center line, your waist, and breathe into your belly, checking posture, feeling the top of your head nice and light, your body nice and relaxed. Good, and we're going to turn the palms and give our kidneys a little rub. Now, if you hold your kidneys, feel that beautiful warmth flowing into your back. Feeling your energy is stronger. Beautiful. So that's an hour of a workout. You've done the whole of the Subasa, the 18-step form. I hope you have enjoyed it. It's a beautiful sequence, but as I say, you can take any of those steps and just practice them in isolation. And you can use this video to go over it for a full body workout. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's take right hand in fist, left hand straight, pulling back the thumb. We bring the hands in front of the heart and we salute. Thank you. Well done.